Hey, it's Shea, and I'm here with Sacred Steve from Sacred Chocolate, and we're going to talk about some chocolate. But first, let's get a real look at this outfit. This is Steve's alter ego.
It's my Willy Wonka outfit. What can I say? It was just an inspiration I had a while back, and I kind of went down into San Francisco and started looking around at fabric shops, and voila! So
you had this made?
Yeah, this is a custom suit.
This is no off-the-rack situation here.
Yeah.
So let's get down to business. Let's talk about Sacred Chocolate. I want to show you my favorite. This is Amazonian. He was kind enough to bring us a couple of Amazonian hearts, probably because I begged him repeatedly to do that, because we can't get it in our area. So what actually inspired you to start Sacred Chocolate?
You know, it was really an inspiration by from my good friend David Wolf, and he's now a business partner of Sacred Chocolate. It was his book that he published in 2004 called Naked Chocolate. And after reading that book, I thought, gosh, I wonder if you can actually make a chocolate bar, a traditional chocolate bar that's unheated, unroasted, uncooked. And I just started playing around, and after a while in the kitchen, I started thinking it should be possible. Theoretically, it should be possible. As I started studying the industry and studying chocolate making in general, how it was done the old-fashioned way, the modern way, I started realizing that it is possible, and there's no real reason to ever cook or roast chocolate. So that's how I got into it, and it's funny because initially David Wolf would, I've been friends with him for a long time, and he would send me raw cacao beans every now and then, and I'd taste them and I'd be like, well, okay, it's a superfood and all that, but I'm just not crazy about the taste. That was just me. And I'd put a couple in my smoothie every now and then, but I thought, I just wasn't that motivated. But when I read his book, I was inspired. I thought, wow, there's something huge here. And it turns out that chocolate is actually the greatest food on our planet. All things considered, when you look at all available foods on this planet, nothing compares to chocolate in that it's widely accepted, widely loved, it's stable, it's a delivery mechanism for any of the most god-awful tasting herbs on the planet. You can actually make things taste good, like actually some of the herbs in this Amazonian, if you taste them straight up, you run into the bathroom. They taste so disgustingly horrible and bitter. But you put them in this chocolate bar, and all of a sudden you can get those extremely powerful herbs in your body. So it's just an amazing food altogether. Besides the actual properties of raw cacao itself being one of the most complex plant chemistries, I was just inspired. I thought this is a great opportunity for me to use my background as an engineer, use my background in raw foods, go for it basically. So
why Sacred Chocolate?
Great question. So Sacred Chocolate, I've been a minister of the Sacred Heart for about 10 years. The Sacred Heart is kind of my spiritual path, if you will. And so, it's kind of a melding of my own spiritual path. I mean, I thought to myself, chocolate, historically has been a sacred food. It was highly revered by all the indigenous peoples in Central and South America, to the point where the Aztecs actually created currency from it. It's in the medicine bags of all the South American, Central American shamans. It was always used in ceremonies, weddings, etc., etc. So I thought, it's already a sacred food. It's already a superfood. Well, why don't we take it to the next level and really put a lot of love and gratitude, prayer, meditation, mantra, really create the philosopher's stone of chocolate. Create something that's an actual sacrament, so that when somebody eats it, they're actually uplifted on some subtle level. Maybe it could be a not so subtle level. Maybe they're like really impacted and go, wow, this is super energizing, it's releasing, it's opening, it opens my heart, it makes me more clear. Maybe you'll have an emotional release or a spiritual epiphany. I mean, that's our goal with Sacred Chocolate. It's really that powerful of a sacred superfood. And so we put everything we can, we don't hold back, we put everything we can to make the absolute most sacred food possible, so that it helps humanity evolve in consciousness, so that we can all move forward collectively and in peace and harmony.
Do you think that's part of the secret in how you won Best of Raw 2 years in a row? Or is there more to add to that?
I think it's definitely part of it. I think it's probably the main reason, actually, is because it's been my intention. It's been my intention from the very beginning not to cut corners. Basically, we're part of this slow food, nation movement, and it's just been my dedication, and I'm not in it for the money. Even though obviously we have to make money, we have to be profitable as a business. My prior career, I made bazillions of dollars more money than what I'm making right now. So it's really an expression of my own love. It's an expression of my own dedication and creativity. And I would say that people have recognized that, and they're feeling it. They're enjoying the flavor. I mean, one of our highest missions is obviously to marry exceptional nutrition with phenomenal flavor. And that's probably one of the reasons we won Best of Raw, but also I think there's some luck. I mean, there's some other amazing chocolates out there, and I think, a lot of people maybe just, I think Gnosis chocolate was just a close second. So it's a toss-up, it really is. And I'm not attached to that in any way. Like I said,
We've tried, especially at a festival, we will go from table to table to table and try every raw chocolate available, and there's nothing that compares for us, just so you know.
Thank you.
That's why we're always hanging out. That's why we're always hanging out at your table. It's incredible.
Thank you so much.
So you do have some amazing flavors. And do you have any new products coming out, new flavors? Like, what's happening next for Sacred Chocolate?
Well, this year we're really building infrastructure, actually, and in the past, I've had these creative spurts where I've really put forth a lot of energy into creating new products. I am excited this year, mainly, not so much with coming out with new flavors, although I still have one on the drawing board that we've been wanting to come out with, and we plan to, called the Acai, which is just amazing. However, what I'm most excited about this year is our raw stone ground nut butters. Unbelievable. An almond farmer just contacted us. This woman, she's been an almond farmer for 25 years. I said, I'll make the most amazing almond butter you've ever seen. It'll blow your mind. So she sent in some almonds. We slowly stone ground those almonds into a butter that was so silky. In fact, if you put it in the fridge and leave it in there like for a couple days and pull it out, you can just pour it right out of the jar. There aren't too many almond butters like that. And she came back to me afterwards. She's tasted every almond butter on the planet, and she said, this is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this. So I'm really excited about our nut butters coming out. We're going to come out with all kinds of nut butters this year, and so that's what's up for us.
Well, and what's up for raw chocolate? What's the future of raw chocolate?
I think the future of raw chocolate is very rosy, and it's huge. It's gaining steam. It appears, it's funny because, 10 years ago I'd go to a raw food event and maybe you'd see a few raw cacao beans or raw cacao nibs around. Now I go to a raw food event and there are at least a half a dozen raw finished chocolate products available. So, that tells you right there the demand and the niche out there, and it's a growing demand, a growing niche, and the very fact that we have lab-tested, proven results that this chocolate is conservatively double the antioxidant value of a traditionally cooked, roasted, high temperature processed chocolate. That right there speaks for itself, because cacao already is the highest antioxidant food available. And so when you double that, you're really onto something. And, the general population is waking up to that.
So one last thing, are you about to launch a new website?
Oh my gosh, yes, and I'm so excited about it. We've been using an old website of mine, Natural. I started in '99 distributing raw foods, and I kind of shut that down when I went to chocolate manufacturing because I just didn't have the time to do that business anymore. And we've been using that site just as a temporary site just to conduct some e-commerce for Sacred Chocolate, but we've spent the last 8 months coming out with a new website that is hopefully going to launch in the next several weeks, and it is a portal. It is amazing, and I am so excited about it, and it's really gonna help us.
All right, Steve, thank you so much. Thanks for telling us about Sacred Chocolate. And
Thank
again,
you, Shea.
here you go.
Thank you.
All right, bye, RawFu.
Bye.